I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay. We do have an awesome show for you today. Like I stated before, hey Crazy Bear, hey guys, hey Kim. Once again, guys, we have an awesome show. We do want to say, guys, listen, if you're not following over on YT, please go follow at Coach Glam over on YT. Also, guys, we're on Rumble, we're on FB, we're on pretty much all of the platforms. Okay, so it would greatly be appreciated if you could go and actually follow. Okay, we definitely appreciate that. Um, I'm going to start off with saying that we hope and pray that everyone is well. We know that everyone is keeping an eye out on. Hey Adele, what's going on with basically the USA? You know, it's really nothing. We can say. It's all about what are we going to do? Pretty much is where I'm at. With this because we've said a lot, but at this point it's like, what do you actually do? That was one of the things that I was saying. It's like it's happening. So pretty much it's like, what do we do? Okay, is what I was stating. But anyway, we don't want to get discouraged. Okay, we definitely don't want to get discouraged. We definitely want to continue, in well doing. Okay, we definitely want to continue in well doing. But did you guys see? I wanted Edge to kind of go into that. She's not here yet, but there was another plane crash. There was another plane crash, and I, you know, do you think this is a scare tactic? Guys, to get people not to try to leave the country? Is this a scare tactic to get people not to leave the country? So, I believe it is. I believe it is. I believe it's a scare tactic to get people not to leave the country, and I also believe that Elon is messing around with the aviation. Okay, I believe he's doing something with our aviation. I definitely believe that he's behind this. Most definitely he is definitely behind this. Okay, so we definitely congratulations to the lottery winners. But you do me a favor, guys, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. Okay, so yeah, so Ed sent that to me yesterday, and I was like, is this another one, or is this pretty much the same one? So I'm just like, what do they want? Um they want us not to fly, pretty much. So I was talking to my son, and my son asked me, did I see where well, I guess the government, the US, he asked me, did I see where people are having trouble getting back into the United States? So I told him, no, I didn't see that. I didn't see where people were trying, actually had left and trying to get back in. I didn't see that. But I could, he was supposed to send me the information, the link, but I didn't see. Yeah, I didn't see that. But I guess I could. I guess I could. Understand that. Now, Roland Martin, guys, is another one. He has been. Just letting them have it. He has been letting them have it. Do you hear me? And I guess my thing is that um, the people of color. So what do we do? What do we do as far as sticking together? Um, Personally, this is not about color with him. He made it look like it was about color, but it's not about color. Okay, it's not about color. He wanted it to look like it was about color, but it really wasn't, as they see now, because are in the farmers are in trouble. Hey, hey, madam, hey, lady. Yeah, the farmers, they're in trouble. So once again, like I said, he wanted it to look like it's, oh, this is a black white issue. The blacks is saying, well, he's against us. No, it's not about him being against anybody. He's against anyone that's poor. This is about the rich getting richer. That's all this is about. The rich getting richer is what this is about. Okay, so we just have to stay focused. Um, we have to stay focused and know, that God is God. You know, and what brought to my mind this morning, guys, as I was sitting here. You know how you always hear people say, especially people that really they're not involved with their spirituality. And when I say not involved, meaning that not so much as not going to church, just not, in tune, you know, with pretty much what's going on in the world. Okay. And it's they would say people been talking about Jesus coming for years and Jesus ain't got here yet. Well, you know what? I didn't think I would see it in my time what I'm seeing now. I don't know about anybody else, but I never thought I would see what I'm seeing even in my time. Okay. So it's an eye opener for me. Okay. But anyway, we got some other stuff we're gonna talk about this morning. Um, Something different. Ah, had to get me another cup of coffee, y'all. Okay. Something different. People don't like change. Most of the time people don't like change. They want to keep pretty much everything the same. I just believe that hey, Lawless. Hey, good morning, sweetheart. Yeah, I just believe that, we are in the season of change. We are in the season of something different. Hey, Kimberly, we are in the season of something different. Okay. Another plane crash. If you just tuning in, Arizona. Um, Put it in the comments, guys. Let me know your thoughts about that because I'm going to keep it moving. We are being recorded this morning, and yeah, my niece, she's on a whole different time frame than us, so I definitely appreciate her for coming in to actually get us recorded. Hey, how you doing? Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys for the hellos. Definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Okay. Let me back up. So the plane crash, that's one issue. Guys, you can always email me at uncensoredwithglam at gmail.com. You can always email me over there, okay, with a topic that you think would spark the show or something just educational, something funny. Hey, no bees, what's up, baby? Or something just okay, I open up the seat in case you want to come up. So yeah, guys. So another plane crash. Also, guys, I don't know if you guys were aware. I'm talking fast because I'm hyped this morning. Okay, I'm feeling much better. I wasn't feeling too well. So the show we wasn't here, so we apologize. Hey, no beans. I'm just doing a short recap of what I've already, talked about so far. So far, I just stated that there was another plane crash. Okay, I do believe Elon is messing with the aviation system. I definitely do. I also think it's a scare tactic to get people not to want to fly. So basically, see, you are important. They need your money. Okay, so you think about it, you take your US dollars over to someplace else where you're going to get more bang for your buck. I was looking at the Philippines. I actually have a godson over there that I didn't even know he was there. So I got an appointment to go get my passport, right? So my son said, Mom, do you know that they're stopping people from coming back into the United States once they leave?
Mm.
I said, no. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm on CNN right now. Well, I'm on WSCT for the moment. I was flipping back and forth,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
apparently Donald Trump is putting a halt on citizenship for the United States. Um, People that can come here and be here for a certain amount of time can get their citizenship. He's halted that. So there will be no citizenship for the moment to come into America.
Okay. Okay. So if I leave though, so what if I leave and I want to come back and
Well,
I'm
you
already a
can.
citizenship? Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I was telling my son. I was like, well, if I'm already a U.S. citizen here in America, there shouldn't be any pressure with me coming back, you know. So, because I wanted to go over there. I was thinking about going over to the Philippines and just spend a couple of months, seeing how it
Mhm,
is. And then
mhm,
my daughter works for, hey, Juicy, my daughter works for Air Freight. So,
mhm,
well, she was for sea freight, you know.
mhm.
So she was saying, well, Mom, you know, if you decide to stay, you know, longer than just, and then by me being a senior, I looked into the benefits of a senior over there, and it's phenomenal, phenomenal. Okay, even in Africa, it was the same thing. The healthcare. My thing was healthcare. You know, what is their healthcare like? So my godson is actually a doctor in the Philippines. So
Okay.
he's yeah. So they do have public um, insurance as well as your Medicare or your private Blue Cross or whatever you might have. Okay, so they do have both. Um,
Mhm.
the bills, your bills and everything are just, I mean, hey, Cream, I'm glad you came in here. I'm glad you came in here, honey, because I usually don't recap. But I said something different this morning. We are definitely going to talk, you know, mention the show that you're
Mhm.
on. Come on up for a second.
Mhm.
Yeah, come on up for a second. Good,
Morning.
good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. And you're so pretty.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you hang around.
Oh,
Because I usually don't recap, but that's why I say something different this morning with Glam. Okay. But right now we're just hitting our spots, Kareem. You know how we do over here. We're hitting the
mhm.
spots as far as there was another plane crash. No, Beans was just filling us in that Donald Trump has put a halt on citizenship for the
Right.
U.S.
Yep. He just announced that on WSET 13 that
Mhm.
he was gonna hold off on any type of citizenship for America at the moment. He just signed off on that this morning. To add on to your plane crash in Toronto, I think Canada. The Delta
Oh,
turned
no, no, no,
upside.
no, no.
Not that
No,
one.
it's been another one. It's been another one. Arizona.
Arizona, it was too
Oh, that's the
small.
one my daughter was talking about.
Yeah, it was two small
Yeah.
planes flying near Arizona. They were midair and they collided. They said it was a total of
Hmm.
they said it was a total of two
What's that?
passengers on each plane
Right.
and I think it was two deceased. So I don't know if it
Yeah.
was one for each, two off for one or what.
Hmm. So okay,
Yeah. That.
that's good because I didn't know
Wait a
that.
minute.
I didn't.
Yeah. Wait a
Mhm.
second. Is it okay, Kareem? Were you done, or you want to give us a little bit more insight? Because that's the recent one, guys. So,
Yeah, I
Kareem, let
didn't.
me ask you something.
When I saw it, it was
Do you?
fresh, so they didn't have much detail on it. When I saw it, it literally
Yeah.
had just happened and hit the news yesterday. I want to say around 3, 4 o'clock my time. It had hit the news yesterday.
Exactly. See, me too. Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot because that one there had just happened. But let me okay guys, I do have a Discord. No beans. I think I would just need your WhatsApp number to add you because I do post like the links and different things where I found the information. I try to
Mhm.
fact check everything because I don't want to say something and it's not true. So I do have a Discord that I do post most things in there. I did post the one that you're talking about where the plane was turned upside down, and that was a
Mhm.
Delta plane that flew
Mhm.
that was upside down. Uh,
Mhm.
did you guys know that Elon Musk owns a internet company?
Yeah.
I
Okay,
didn't
I
know that.
didn't.
I didn't know that
Yeah.
until you just said that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Starlink.
Yeah. It's Starlink and it's under his son, K. It's
Hey,
under his son.
Mona. Mhm. Okay, so let me say this. I posted this in my Discord where Elon's son, which is now Vivian Wilson, made a comment and stated, "Y'all just don't know what he does with Starlink." Da da da. Da. So yeah, but I've been said that, and quite naturally with a lot of people, other people have stated that I mean, he's messing with the system. He's messing with the system.
Mhm.
Period. Roland Martin had a auditor on there about the voting and how the voting can be tampered with.
Mhm.
It can definitely be tampered with. So
Right.
I do believe it was tampered with because when the guy even started showing the margins from the Democrats, the Republicans, and it was like, but that's not a Republican area where all these Republicans showed up in Vegas. I believe it was Vegas, and it was one other one that he said was just totally off. And
Mhm.
guess what, guys? If we go back
Mhm.
and look at their inauguration, Trump said,
Mhm.
"Oh, you did wonders with Philadelphia." He told
Mhm.
Elon that.
Mm. Mm. Wow. Now, this is gonna be shouldn't be that much news to you guys, but Elon Musk is just one of many of the billionaires that run the world. He's been exposed with Trump on some friendship crap now, and now everybody's actually getting to see how much power this dude really has. But there are five, I think, five more billionaires
Yeah,
that's been
yeah.
disclosed. And they very covert and they do not intervene with social media, but they control social media.
Hmm.
Elon Musk is into the light now. He's being exposed. He's in the social media. The man, of course, y'all have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of what he does, no doubt. But this man's been doing this ever since uh, the Bush administration.
Okay.
Ever since, no,
Well,
I tell you what,
right.
ever since Twitter came out,
Hmm.
yeah, ever since Twitter came out.
Yeah. Okay. So, if you're
If I
just
may, if I
joining,
go
yeah.
ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead. No, I was just going to let everyone know that we're going to keep, our comments kind of short, sweet, and to the point. We are being recorded this morning. Thank
Mhm.
you. So I just wanted to let everyone know because my niece is on PST time. Okay. So I
Okay.
appreciate her coming in to record the show, for us because we are on YT. So I will be posting the show on our YT, on our uncensored, excuse me, on IG. And you can go over there and follow the show over there as well, Uncensored with the Glam. Okay, go ahead, Cream.
I just wanted to say two things. I noticed that when Elon Musk gained control of Twitter, he changed the whole algorithm of the app. Um,
Hmm.
changed the name of the app. Everything about Twitter changed and my generation got off and people just began to use it as a content server more so like a it's almost like an OnlyFans now at this point. Um you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to say this too. For as long as I
Mm-hmm.
have known who Elon Musk was, I never knew Elon Musk had children because he wasn't a hands-on dad. But I've noticed that since he started being out in the limelight, he keep that little boy on his neck. He
That's
keep his
X.
son.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's X.
he keeps X with him like X is a shield or something. Though it's kind of weird to me
Ain't that? Yeah,
in
it
a
is.
way.
Yeah.
It I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe because I have children, I'm looking at it different. But it's kind of like no one saw his children. No one knew about his children. But now that he's running around with the president, he got a shield. I
Hmm.
don't know if he's trying to please people or save himself.
Mm-hmm.
But he
Hmm.
keep that little boy close and in front of everything all the
Of
time.
Like, what's the purpose? Yeah, more or less like, what is the purpose of him,
What's the purpose?
having it?
Right.
And you can tell the little boy is around him to even tell Donald Trump to shut up, shut your
Yes.
effing mouth.
Yes.
So you can see
Hmm.
the little boy is around him and he's talking, you know, about Donald Trump in front of the little
Yeah,
boy.
he's like, you're not the president.
Yes,
So I can only imagine Elon Musk stomping around the house like I run this world. I run this country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
that's because he rigged it. That's because he rigged it.
That's well, as far as the kid go, X is only recording what his father's image is, and children are
Mm-hmm.
very honest and truthful. They will blurt out the real right in front of your face, and y'all women know that.
Mm-hmm.
And that little
But
boy
that's
X
why.
is the same way.
But that's why when I was coming up, and I came up in the 70s, I started having my children in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? And my children, you can't sit here, and listen to me, have grown folks talk. Even with my parents, when they had the barbecues or whatever, we had our own little section. We had our own little table and everything, and we ate, over here. But these kids of today, like you said, he told him that you're not the president. Shut your effing mouth. Like, what?
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's definitely a new, yeah, it's definitely, new breed. Hey, Tycoon. Yeah, it's definitely, something new. Definitely, definitely. So we're gonna keep it moving, guys. I don't know, so it's like, what do we do? Is where I'm at. What do we do? That's why I say something different. This is something different, guys. It's here.
I think we need to
Yeah.
take liberties into our own hands with our finances. I think that we need to be more smarter, more wiser, instead of allowing
Hmm.
this financial governmental issue thing going on, like the IRS stuff. They've been taking money
Hmm.
from us for so long. It's pathetic. Today, as of today, Thursday, 6,000
Hmm.
people IRS will be terminated.
yep. And people are already complaining because they taxes late.
They gonna be late. We ain't
Wow.
gonna have no taxes next year. We ain't filing nothing.
But what do you think not having income tax is gonna do for us as citizens?
As citizens, what we will end up having is much more. Cause IRS want nothing more but Uncle Sam on your check. So you will get all your money back. It won't be no IRS. Whatever you make
Well,
is
I
what you
heard.
get.
But then what? But then what people go? What jobs go unfunded if
Right.
taxes aren't paid? Who loses jobs if taxes aren't paid? What entities will we lose?
That's a good question. That's a
That's
good
a good
question.
question.
Yep.
Because
That is
somebody
a
gets
that
paid off
dang
of
on.
tax money.
Mhm.
Who loses?
Well,
Do the people who worked until they was 62 lose funding? Do the people who like you know what I'm saying? Somebody's going to take a L. on not paying. So I understand the working class being
Right.
like, yes, we get our whole check, but the taxes that are taken out of their check take care of somebody.
Hmm. He
Mm-hmm.
do. The
It
IRS.
take care of
See,
somebody.
that Uncle Sam, I ain't mean to cut you off, Cream, but I'm adding on.
Um,
That Uncle Sam deal, right? You know, when they take out, when you go to overtime in your check and Uncle Sam takes more, that
mhm,
goes to the IRS, that goes to the government, that goes to the White House. And they say that this money is
Mm.
distributed out for the highways, for the safety of the
Mm-hmm.
travelers,
mhm.
VDOT, all those, they send the money out. Donald Trump said that was nonsense. Them people been sitting on the people's money for decades. He said he getting rid of them all. But this is what the reason was. It ain't been posted yet. It's been
Mm-hmm.
he say, she say. But you remember the pandemic? Remember they was
Mm-hmm.
giving out
Yeah.
14, $1,200?
And I ain't touch
Right.
it. I ain't even get. I didn't even try to get it. I didn't fuck with it.
Right.
Oh
I feel
Okay,
wow.
like
so
I felt like we was gonna have to pay it back.
One way or
no,
another.
Yep.
I got both of them. Never paid it back. I ain't getting no letter in the mail either.
I was too
But
scared. I was too afraid. I was like, nope. I said they're giving us money for free. That's not like America. We're gonna have to pay that back some type of way.
mhm.
Mm, that's right.
Now he's trying to come up with a way to
That
give
is so true.
American people $8,000.
Oh yeah, I heard that. Right. And
Now,
that's actually
One
their taxes or whatever. Right. Everyone just gets a flat $8,000. Okay.
once
Right.
we get 8 grand once.
no,
Yes.
every year.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, every year. Right.
Yeah, every year. Instead of you
Yeah,
filing,
every year.
that's what you get. That's your earnings. Yeah, some people
And
might
that'll
make
be a
more.
yearly. That will be a yearly thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the end of the year.
But eight
Yeah.
thousand dollars. But $8,000 don't go far in America.
That's why I say that's the minimum. You probably end up getting more if whatever type of occupation you got.
Mm.
Yeah, it goes by that. But the minimum is 8,000.
Yeah, I did hear that too, that the minimum is going to be yeah, $8,000, and that's going to be for, people that work just, pretty much across the board. Okay, but I do want to back up. Madam put a comment in here about the Starlight. So I want to back up just a notch about the Starlight internet that is owned by Elon Musk. If you go read the article that his son, which is now Vivian Wilson, she wrote an article, pretty much, state. Oh, thank you. Wrote an article about wrote an article pretty much stating, hey, y'all don't understand what this man can do. Okay. So it was phenomenal, just to understand what, what this son daughter was, stating. So I just wanted to back that in there. And yes, madam, uh, I have saw Starlight, but I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I didn't pay no attention to it that it was an actual internet. You see a lot of these little things now saying we have internet service for such and such a no monthly bill and XYZ. So, let me ask it. Okay, I got a question for the floor and for the comments, guys. Um, do you think we should take our money out the bank one at a time? Okay. Do you think it's gonna do us any good to take our monies out of the bank?
Nope. Nope.
Not
Cream?
really, cause not really, cause I feel like cash loses its value anyway. Some type of way that money could be flipped into credit, cause I don't think cash is gonna mean anything for too much longer.
Me either.
And
Me
I
Exactly
either.
don't.
right. You're
I
exactly
don't,
right.
I don't think paper
Me
money is gonna
either.
mean anything any longer. I think we should be more so worried about all this cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, credit, and things like that because we're turning into a digital nation. I don't know who they're trying to keep up. I don't know what country they're trying to keep up with, but paper cash is not going to mean anything before long. The value of our dollar might be
Hmm.
high in other countries, but it's not going to mean anything here. I
I
don't know how
agree.
long it's gonna last. I really don't.
Mhm.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Host, host. I gotta go back and just slightly correct you a little bit, not much. Elon
Hmm.
Musk does not have a daughter. He has two sons. That one that you was talking about, that's a daughter. That's a transgender.
Well, that's what I
What?
said. Yeah,
Hold on, let me read this
yeah,
message
that's
from my mama. Hold
yeah, yeah. It's a transgender. Okay, Kareem. Yeah, that's why I said he, she. I said the son now is Vivian Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's it.
Exactly. The son now is
Yep.
Vivian Wilson. Right. And Elon is totally against it. The son stated that he's been like this since he was a little boy. Said he was very cruel. He never really spent any time with him. He said when he did come around, he was always, pretty much degrading him because he was, I guess a little feminine. And he would tell him, you need to put some bass in your voice. But Elon Musk's voice is not that deep. You know what I'm saying? I mean, your voice ain't, it ain't Barry White. Come on now. So yeah, yeah. So that's what he is a trans gender. And also, uh, the boy, I can't think of his name, it starts with a J, but he wanted to change his name to Vivian and da 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 da. But Trump, there's none of that. It's either male or female. Whenever you were born, if you were born a male, it's going to remain a male. Period.
He
Girl,
took out
girl.
transgender out the military too.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show. Yeah, we have to talk about that. I mean, they've done. I mean, right, because they've done so much. I believe that they're moving so fast. This is just me. I believe they're moving fast like this because I don't think that they think Trump gonna be around. And this live is for educational purposes only. Bigo. We are educating ourselves in what's going on. Yeah, I don't, and I believe that's why he's groomed his son. The way that he has groomed Barron. Okay, go ahead, Cream. Oh, okay. All right. So, because I got a couple of more things I want to hit right quick, guys, because it's been so much, that it's like, what do what do we do as a person? And I'm stating to whoever is listening, whoever that comes into my line, we have to think differently. We got to do something different. We can't just do the norm as we were. It's got to
Well,
be
well,
something different.
first and foremost, real quick, like you just got to do what we doing now. Be aware. A lot of people is not aware. A lot. So being aware first. What can we do? We can be
be
aware.
aware. Be
Yeah, be
aware.
I
aware.
agree with
Spread.
that.
Be aware.
I agree
Spread
with that.
knowledge. Be aware. Spread knowledge to those who are willing to receive it. Prepare
Hmm.
space for those who are going to flock once they see things going the way that you have told them to expect it to go. And stay ready so we don't have to get ready. I feel like we need to know how to live off the land. We need to get close with people that we can trust, people that we can barter with. Um, I mean,
Hmm.
shoot, people
I
worried that we
agree.
not gonna have people worried that we not gonna have power on the 28th. God forbid that happens. But if it do, it's gonna be a lot of people running around here like wow, banshees. They're gonna be running around like chickens with their head cut off. They don't have
Wait
generators.
a
They
minute.
don't.
Back up. Wait a minute, girl. Back up. What's happening on the
Mm,
28th?
They were
yeah.
saying that Canada. They were saying that they was gonna cut the power grid, but I don't know if that's true. But they were saying that Canada and China was gonna cut the power grid on the 28th. I
Oh,
think
that's
since
why because of.
I think
Go
Donald
ahead.
Trump has come. I think Donald Trump has come to some sort of agreement with the both of them, but that plane flipping over, that Delta commercial flight flipping over on Canadian soil, I don't know. Kind of shaky.
Let me tell
Um,
you something, number three. Um,
mhm.
about that, because I was talking about that, but I left it. Now this is weird. The plane crashed. It landed upside down. The people were safe inside. Nobody got hurt. Tell me why they paying each passenger $30,000 a piece. What the what the what?
Well, they
Thirty
for what
thousand
that's
dollars
one of the
piece
only that's
cash.
what
They said that
that's
shit on the news. Cash.
no.
Mm-hmm.
So when payouts like that happen immediately, it makes me feel like it was staged, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's hush money for the passengers.
That
Mm-hmm.
is
With
her.
the, look, y'all
That
gonna
is
lose a
her.
couple. That y'all gonna stuff a couple of suitcases that don't have nothing any valuable because the people were getting
Right.
off the plane super prepared. People were already recording. People, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like people recording. People were super prepared. I didn't see many people irate. A plane flip over, and then they said
Right.
that the only time they said the only time they said the only time that Americans have seen that happen is in a movie where a pilot flipped the plane over on his back to save the passengers. Now, thank God that he watched that movie. However, how coincidental is that? For all the
There you
planes to be
go.
crashing and that one flip over on his back, minimal damage, no one died, not too many people
There you
hurt, and
go.
people got out the plane not crying but recording. I would have
There
been
you
kissing
go.
the snow like, thank you, Jesus.
There you go.
Cream, you couldn't have said it no better. You couldn't have said it no better. Okay, so we're gonna stop right there with the planes, because I definitely want to take a trip for my birthday, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? I don't need them to be experimenting, in the plane that I'm on. Hey, offer me, but anyway,
Right.
I'm gonna figure out something. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely figure out something. Now, I want to go to Bigo. Now, I know Beans. I know you're probably gonna leave because he's only political. That's it. So long as we talking about this, he's good. But when we get to
I'm
talking about something else, he's
no,
gone.
no.
uh, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. But listen, that is quite okay. And I
Look,
usually
I'm gonna go
don't
out.
go
I'm
there.
gonna go out for a
Mhm.
minute, right? But once
Uh,
y'all finish or whatever, just hit me back and let me know what your topic be. Cause I gotta get into some more stuff right now. I'm about to open my
okay, go
laptop.
ahead. All right, just go ahead and just check that. Remember, you can always send something. You can always send it to my email. That way when you pop in, we might be on that subject. Just send it to the email, uncensored with the glam at gmail.com.
Okay, gotcha. See you guys
Just think
later.
about it. Okay. All right.
All
All right. Now, hey, 50K. I just want to touch bases. I usually don't do this over here, so it's not going to be heavy. But I did catch part of the show yesterday, Cream, and I was a little disturbed. Well, I ain't gonna say disturbed. Disturbed in a good way. How Kevin was attacked.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was a setup by Messy Caller,
I
to
like
get
what you
him
said
up
it.
there. Yes, and then he sat there and allowed him to just be attacked. And then after it went so far, okay, we're gonna stop it here. I think that it should have stopped. And you could also, I don't know, Grandma D, but I also feel that um, you could read his body language that he had an issue with Kevin. You can see it. And that's why Kevin said, do you know me? Do you know anything about me? And I think it's sad that a people with what's going on in the world right now, and I'm not going to say, we can't have entertainment. Okay, that's cool. But that wasn't entertaining. That was not entertaining. And like they said, this is still his brother. They act like this man is a foreign stranger. This is his brother.
Mhm. Well, if I may say this, I think a lot of people have an underlying issue. Not saying that it's they right to, but I think a lot of people have an underlying issue with Kevin because they feel like him coming here was kind of like him trying to portray something that he's not. They feel like he came here with an ulterior agenda, and that was for money versus for his brother. I can't tell him what he came here for. That is for him to tell
Mm-hmm.
us. Um, they don't like how he changed the narrative of his lives. At one point he was doing Bible study. I'm pretty sure he still does that from time to time.
He do.
But things had got in the way. Things had got in the way of the Bible study, and he had to start to defend himself. And I don't think people take that into account when they're mentioning Kevin on the app. It's not that he changed it's not that he changed what the content that he was bringing. It was that he was kind of
Mhm.
like thrown into a pit where he had to defend himself every time he hit the live button. So he couldn't entertain people in the way that he felt that he wanted to when he first came to the app. I feel like he shouldn't have, respectfully so, he shouldn't have been on the panel that long. Um,
Uh, yes.
because it's like being in the lion's den at that moment. Um, it was quite unfair to him. I did line him after the show, and I apologized, and I said, "Hey, I was only asking questions from a genuine place. I wasn't. I hope you didn't take it as a disingenuous or take me asking you the things
Hmm.
that I asked you as from is me having malice intent, because
Hmm.
it's not. The one thing that I do want for his family is for his family to come together. His brother is
Me
still
too.
here. His brother is still here. My family buried my
Hmm.
little brother, my only brother, last June. Okay. So I feel like Keith came out blessed versus my family had to pick up the pieces and learn how to move on. And a lot of us weren't speaking to each other at the time, but we have used that as a reason to come together rather than fight one another,
Right.
because you don't know
Right.
how long you got with the person that you love. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So may his things,
Yeah.
may things
He
come
should have
together.
stayed. Yeah. He shouldn't have stayed up there that long because I felt like it was an interview. Everybody was asking all these questions about Keith, about
Right.
him, about the mother. I'm like, wait a second. Wait, I mean, wait. So I just feel like Messi Carter set him up. What did you even call him up there for? Like they said, he was not a part of the show.
Right.
So then Summer Rain comes up. I mean, so I was like, what is going
Vaughn
on?
came, Vaughn came
Yeah,
up as
they
well. I'm sorry,
Did
go ahead.
Vaughn?
they
Oh, go ahead, like
allowed
no.
them to do that shit. Miss Glam, they did that shit, and that's what they be talking about. Let's get the room juking, but you gonna let this man sit up here and get victimized. That shit ain't cool. Because they know. I called it out today. I spoke on it. Because they know. Do it over here in Messy Caller where they say it's non-biased, so everybody's gonna come. Motherfuckers gonna come that
Hmm.
wouldn't come to Kevin Page because they know they're not gonna be kicked,
Hmm.
they're not gonna be muted, they're gonna say what the fuck they wanna say, and ain't
Hmm.
nothing gonna happen about it. So that's why they come. So of course they are. You gonna have 5,000 motherfuckers in here because everybody is in here now. That some of us ain't coming to Trina room.
Exactly.
They just not coming at all. So they don't give a fuck if you having it over there because Trina gonna kick them. Trina gonna argue with them, and they ain't gonna go to his shit. But that was just bullshit to let that lady sit up there and get up there and play that dumbass video. Like, what's the purpose?
Yeah.
What's the purpose? We
I'm,
been heard that. We know that them two brothers, like everybody said at the end of the day, that's his fucking brother.
Yeah,
That's his
I mean,
damn brother, no matter.
and the thing about it is, me and my sister argue all the time. But I know if
Right,
anything was to happen to me, I don't care if we just hung up in each other's face, drug each other eyelashes off our eyes.
right.
If something happens to me, she's going to be one of the first cars in my driveway. And
man.
I don't people understand, and it brings tears to my eyes to think about it because it's serious. I don't think people understand how family works. I don't
Right,
think people get it. Like, he can be mad at his mama. That's his mama. But he's not gonna let you
Right.
disrespect his mama. He's not gonna let you take advantage of his mama. No, he don't want his mama to be talked to. He don't want his mama to be talked to by Tommy K because he understands that she's being taken advantage of. It's not a
Hmm.
control thing where it's like I can stay on the app and you can't. It's more so of you don't have genuine intentions for my mother. You making this is making a
Right.
humiliation of my family. That's why I don't want my mother
right,
Right.
on there
Queen.
think people
Right.
understand that.
That's
Right,
Me and
right,
my
Queen.
I didn't didn't even
Right.
grow up with my mama. I didn't grow up with my mama. I had the biggest hate in my heart for my mother for years, y'all. Until I was grown and I became a mother, and then I understood like she gave me to my daddy for me to live. You get what I'm saying? You cannot
Mm,
touch that lady. We don't get along every day because we act just alike, okay? But you cannot
hmm.
talk bad about that lady because that's my mama. My At the end
That's
of the day,
right.
that's
Keith said that.
and you
Yeah, I was
Did
can't
you
just
see
about to
that? I've
say
been
he
looking for
said
that
that.
video. Keith said that. He cussed his
right.
brother out, said all that shit about his brother, and then told the motherfuckers, but you can't do it.
You can't do that. That's his brother.
He
Hmm.
said
That's
it.
his brother. His brother. His mama.
Right.
So regardless of how they may feel about each other, we don't have the same right that they have to one another. And people
Mm-mm.
have to remember that. I can do it, but you can't. It sounds crazy, but that's real. That's really how we feel about our people. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't do what I do to my mom and my sister. And it's the same thing with them. You might not, you can't badmouth me to my mom or my sister. They gonna pull off of your shit. You cannot
But
Right.
do that.
these people is thinking that they can because they didn't got into it. Just like they try to play the way your
Right.
brother said this about you, so that gives you the
So
okay to
what?
disrespect that man.
So
Even
what?
even
You know
after
what?
all I've
Right.
been through with the man, mama, I still ain't gonna call her out her name.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Right.
still that's his mama. Like I ain't
Been
about to do
around.
all of that
I've
and
been
go
around on more than
dragging
one.
that woman.
I've been around on more than one occasion. I know who that man loves. I know who that man protect. I know who that man be
Hmm.
around. None of this would have been said. None of this would have went
Good
on
morning,
if he still
Trill.
if he still had access just to hold the phone up in his face and be on here. Do
Mm-hmm.
you know how many mouths would be muzzled? Glam, if he was just to get click on live and not say nothing, people would change how they move on this month immediately without any words being said. Because his presence is enough to demand respect. He don't have to speak.
And I want to say this too. I want to say this too, as far as the other person that was, saying. And I know you probably saw me fly that kite across the room, and I never have done that. I was just so disturbed by
Tweets.
what happened. But also to say, well, his mama can come on here if she wants to. Then why did she create an account?
Right.
I mean, Kevin created an account. Kevin was
Right.
over on another whole platform. Okay, but he created an account. She could have created an account. You know what
She
I'm
knew
saying?
she
So,
knew her sons didn't want. She knew her son
Yeah.
didn't want her on this. Keith didn't want her on here.
and
She knew that.
but you know what? But see, so I mean, but so to say, well, she can. This was, I think,
Yeah,
the
please.
grandmama, grandpapa, the person up in the that was, going back and forth, and you could see his whole body language
Hey, you
was
all
just
right?
off,
Out the way.
you know. And I was like, Kevin, get down. That's all I kept saying is get down. Because this was just a setup to get, like you said, to get the room juking,
Yeah.
at your expense. At your expense. So it was so distasteful. It was so distasteful. But you know, I love your spirit anyway, Cream. You're always the same. You're gonna say what you gotta say, and you're versatile. I mean, you go everywhere. It's not like I'm not going over here because of this. I never see you do that. And I like that, you know. But that there yesterday,
Miss Glam, it's like this. I'm gonna explain this. When you a dominant male and you passionate about how you feel and what you say, because they said to me, why you would sit over there with all them Tomcats in there in Petty Banks room and argue with them? They was jumping you. I'm passionate about what I'm saying. And I'm dominant.
yeah,
I ain't running from them. And it's the same way as you see Kevin. That's why everybody be like, why he even over there? Why? Because he's passionate about what he's saying. And he don't give a
yeah,
fuck who's
yeah.
saying what. He gonna get his word across right there. He ain't leaving. He ain't running. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just how it be when you like that and you a male. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no. I'm gonna say what the fuck I'm here for. I don't care about all of these people and what they got to say and how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about that. They came back. They came back running to me like no. Cream is over there in Prince J room talking about you doing it for the beans. I ain't never poured down no cream and said nothing. For what? What's the purpose? I know the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not about to go over there and say nothing to that woman. Maybe that's how she feel. I don't know.
I
Maybe
asked you what
maybe
I
she
had to ask.
misunderstood me.
No, I asked what I had to ask when you were in the room. Because I see so certain men I expect to act a certain type of way, respectfully said. When it comes to an alpha male, I expect for y'all to, you know, carry yourselves a certain
Mm-hmm.
type. So when I heard you arguing, for one, I didn't know y'all was in voodoo panel. That's why when you said cream, we was in voodoo lounge. I was like, oh, okay. Because I know you from being over there and you were voodoo trolling each other as men. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's different when you hear recording versus see the video. You get two different
Uh,
perspectives of the audience.
right.
So when you came and you explained, I was like, okay. So he was over there kicking it with somebody that he normally kick it with, and they troll back and forth, and they came over there with him. So if he wanted to stay over there, defend himself, and they was throwing money, let him do it. Who the fuck am I to tell him he can't?
Mm-hmm.
But when I first heard it, I was like, nah, I know, like, no, I ain't arguing with no motherfucking woman. That was the first thing that came to mind. That's why I
That,
asked you what I asked you.
eh, the truth of the
Mm-hmm.
matter is, Cream, they really wanted me to come home and be with them. But what they did is where they fucked up at my anger towards Tommy and all of that stuff started while I was incarcerated. One thing they gotta understand, Ghost is my brother in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you coming for my brother and you are stating false accusations about my brother. That is false. That man is rich. He don't want to tell his business. He don't say this shit. He is rich. He don't need no money. So
Yes.
anything he do, it was for no money. And then they misunderstand it. He won't even put the Texas out there. And I told him, I said, bro, just to clear, he like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Miss Regina played a game with that man. That man faithfully took Keith. After he did whatever he had to do with his family and stuff, he put Keith in the back of his Sprinter van on a blow-up mattress and drove that man to Cleveland for every therapy. He was there. He was doing it. But he has a family at home. So one day Miss Regina called him. This is where all the shit started at between Ghost and Miss Regina. She called Ghost and asked him to come and move a bed. He was at his son's football game. He told her, when I leave my son's football game, Miss Regina, I'll make it over there. She got mad because he didn't come right then and there and flipped on him. Went straight on there and started saying this and saying that. She walked in the room. The video is on video. When he was at the hospital, she
Mm-hmm.
walked in the room talking about, I told you not to take a picture of him or some stuff, and try to make it seem like that's the reason they was beefing. They was beefing because he didn't move that bed. That man was good to that lady. I'm talking about it to Keith. Like, he can get Keith to do stuff that she can't. Like,
She
we gonna be
couldn't.
there.
Mm-hmm.
He fights. Keith fights her. Like, literally. And what he's going through right now, he's in a state of depression. And we all know Keith.
Yeah.
Keith was a stubborn by nature. He's stubborn. So now you can't get him to squeeze the ball and work his hand. Cause he basically like, fuck
Nothing.
you. I can't see my kids. I can't see my friends. I
Yeah.
can't fuck you. I ain't doing nothing. He ain't trying to do no therapy. They be lying. She be lying to my take him to the gym. Miss Regina, you that old, you is not lifting him and moving him. Like, it's not the truth.
Right.
He sits in a room.
Right.
Buki told them. He sits in a room all day. He's depressed. He don't see his kids. He don't see his friends. So he's refusing everything.
And when a person's like that, it's like, they would give up. But we're gonna move forward because they go to court tomorrow. They go to court tomorrow. So I pulled the positive out of all of what was said yesterday. Is that, like he stated, if she needs money, okay, mom, here's some money. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, um, that is, if that's what it's about. I'm gonna say it like that, respectfully. If that's what it's about with that situation, okay, mom, we still got money that we collected for Keith. So hey, let's squash this for Keith. And like I said, people focusing on their relationship. That's not what we're here for. Their
Right.
relationship was like that way before all of this.
Right.
Good morning, lovely. Their relationship was like that. My relationship ain't good with my mother, but you can't come and do nothing to my mother. Now, what, and I tell my son that whatever go on between me and you, but don't you let nobody come into our relationship and cause any type of friction. Now, what we go through, we go through. But an outsider, you can't come up in here. And I feel the same way with them too. If they work it out, they work it out. If they don't, they don't. But like you said, I just, but I know, Kevin, no, he wasn't gonna back down. He gonna say, what he gotta say. And it's something how people feel like when a person that's supposed to be quote unquote religious or spiritual or this and that, okay, uh, when they get out their body, then all of a sudden they're no longer who they said they were. Guess what? We have two natures. All of us do. We got two natures. We have a spiritual side and we got a natural side. Do people get
Period.
in their natural? Absolutely. Yeah, they get in their natural. Jesus got in his natural. Jesus flipped the table over and called them a den of thieves. So was Jesus not Jesus? So I
Trust me.
just yeah, go ahead, like no, because I was like livid
I try.
yesterday. I was like,